Alright, hello muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having the best day ever. Thank you so much for clicking on my YouTube channel and on my video today. Okay, we're gonna jump right in with today's video because we have a longer video than what we do usually to watch. It's apparently 20 minutes long. I don't know how much of that is substantial to what the title is. Keep in mind this is a Trisha Paytas video, so what we're reviewing could be 2 minutes of it. But basically, yesterday I posted a video on my channel in which I talked about the fact that Trisha Paytas is actively working on a documentary about drama. She's actively working on a documentary about drama and actively working on a documentary about her haters and these Reddit snark pages. So Trisha has the Trishyland wifeys, had Trishyland before they got, you know, taken down. Now they're Trishyland wifeys with new moderators, new team, whatever. And Trisha for so long has always been saying, you know, that they bully her child. They post her child without, you know, the child or hers consent, which is ironic because she posts Malibu without her consent. But all these things that she's been saying. Sorry, I just literally drank like a huge Red Bull and it's like gassy. All these things that she's saying are things that like there's no real proof behind. And ironically, any Reddit page that I've ever seen, not even Trishyland wifeys, have done more to protect the identity of Trisha's child than herself. And this all boils down to, if Trisha can't make money off of it, why would Trisha approve it? Now, we've seen this in when people would make fun of Trisha online. If she was making money off of it, she was okay with it. If she's not, she's, you know, not happy with it. So, she's been saying all these things about the Reddit page that, quite frankly, I can't find any evidence of. Now, I may be proven wrong. But I cannot find any evidence of it, and she always says these things, so then the Reddit will, like, come at her more by being like, why are you lying on us? You're trying to get us taken down by saying things we're not actually doing. And Trisha will continuously do this, and I put out the theory that it seems that Trisha, who recently, you know, provoked the Reddit in a weird way, randomly, just on like a random Tuesday, you know, trying to, you know, make them all angry at her again. I made a little theory that I thought that Trisha was working on some sort of thing to take down the Reddit, and the Reddit were being too quiet, so she was then trying to provoke them, so then they would be posting a lot and doing all these different things, so it would work in her favor when she's like, look, they're still posting about me every single day. But what the people don't know is that she's actively provoking it because she cares so much, so deeply about drama. Well, it turns out that that was true, and my gorgeous genius theory was true. Trisha is working on a documentary with a guy called Mike Klum, and she has just posted a video about it, talking about it. Now, it's kind of been speculated behind the scenes. People who've been reached out for comment have been linking their DMs with Mike Klum, and I know a lot of my friends behind the scenes who are journalists have been hearing from Mike from the past couple months. And let's just dive into the video that Trisha has posted. So again, I have not watched this video. I have not watched this video. It was literally posted an hour ago, and it took me an hour to get ready, so if you think this is rough, just wait till you've seen an hour ago. It's called My Reddit Documentary, Currently Filming and Looking for People. The description is, please contact Mike Klum if you would like to be involved. Alright, let's watch the video. I'm sure this is going to be
as you can see behind me, there's like equipment set up.
So this is on Trisha's channel, watching this for fair use commentary purposes.
My living room. They have the cameras because, yes, I'm part of filming a documentary. And, let's talk about it. So this is where we did the first day of interviews.
Oh, of course, with the little baby playpen in the background. Gotta keep that innocent act up, right?
This is their microphone, their lighting. They had like, this was our playroom that got like rearranged. They had the cameras here, which obviously they took last night. More lighting. You guys know I don't have this lighting in my house, and this is kind of like the backdrop for one of the interviews. So
it's not lost on me, by the way, that like having the, you know, the mommy setting in the background whenever you're talking about a documentary about drama. And here's all I'm saying, and I said it in my video yesterday. Mike Klum, if you're going to make a documentary about Trisha, who, you know, has been the subject of so much, you know, hate, also talk about the hate that Trisha has given to marginalized groups, has given to random people throughout the years, within the last couple years. Talk about her bullying children online, calling children the R word online, on frenemies, saying how untalented, you know, Dixie and Charlie are, like bullying these kids who are like 16 years old and stuff like that. Let's talk about that. Also talk about the racism, the anti-Semitic, like we can talk about everything in this documentary, and unless you talk about everything, your documentary is a shitfest and it's not real. I'm sorry. I can sit here and I can be like, wow, the hate Trisha gets is so intense and I feel bad for her. And I can genuinely mean that. And I can also be like, wow, this new era of, you know, this person's never involved in drama. They, like, all these different, you know, little tacky things she's saying. I'm like, oh my god, it was only like a year ago, 2 years ago, that you were actively engaging in this and saying that you were doing it because it makes you most amount of money. And then let's look on the career, what the career's built off of. I'll think that I will give my 10s where 10s are due if this documentary covers all of that. If it covers all of that. But having Trisha work with it makes it biased.
It kind of, this whole thing, okay. I think we should start at the beginning, but where do I start? Okay, this is not the reality show we're filming. In fact, that's next week. It's an international reality show, so it actually has nothing to do with this. It just so happens.
Let's keep in mind that she's repeating that she's in a reality show again, so we can see if that or if that does not happen.
Filming back to back. That's why we've been organizing our house like crazy. I even got this glamour. I'm working in the mirror and stuff, but I pretty much like organized. My sister obviously helped me organize all this. So I don't even know where to go. I don't know where my stuff is. Hold on. Okay, so we just have a few minutes because I have to get ready for day 2 of our shoot. So for me, this is how it all happened. There is a production company based out of Ohio, and they contacted me, Mike Klum specifically. He has a whole production company, and they do like corporate videos and all that stuff like that. He had reached out to me, I think in January, and was like, I want to do a documentary. And I was like, oh, you know, I usually ignore emails in general. I ignore emails. Especially if, this sounds bad, but especially if it's like no pay, and also if it's just like this random person wants to do a documentary with me. I'm sure there are amazing filmmakers out there that I probably have missed the opportunity.
I hope Mike Klum hears that. She wanted to ignore your email because you're not paying her and you're a nobody.
Just using me cool with because of this, but very busy. Obviously, even now, like I'm overwhelmed not only by doing this documentary, but also then doing the reality show that's international, because that's like a whole month of filming. This is just 5 days. So, you know, it's just like a time thing. Like, I'm not getting paid. Like, none of that. I was just like, okay. Well, anyway, so then he sent me, like, our...
Trisha Paytas engaging and talking about drama and not being paid at the end of it? Wow, well, that's a first.
Written out in credentials. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. You know, I always go with, like, feeling and energy. And I was just like, well, this could be something. So I'm like, oh, yeah, what are your ideas? He first approached me, full transparency, wanted to do like squash the beef type documentary, like confronting everyone I had beef with. And I'm like, that's just not the position I'm in.
Also, how long do we have? He wanted to do a documentary with Trisha of her confronting all the drama that she's ever been in. How long do we have? And Trisha didn't want to do that idea? I'm shocked.
And right now, that's not in my headspace. I just, you know, I apologize.
So, she doesn't want to do a documentary that was showing all the things she's done wrong, but she'll do one that victimizes herself. Alright, okay. I see where we're going with this. What? She's just basically admitted that this isn't going to be an unbiased documentary. She doesn't want to do a documentary talking about all the people she's wronged, or all the people she's had drama with. Instead, what? We're just going to talk about Reddit for like an hour and a half? Exciting.
People I need to apologize, they accept they don't, you know, and multiple, like there's like tons of beef I have over like addressing drama, and I'm like, it's just not really into like going into past drama. Even doing this is like a little, it's a lot for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like I have some type of feeling about it, but you know, we had talks over like February and stuff. I just don't really know. I don't know if there's like a direction. I also told him I'm just not that interesting. As I've said multiple times, like the life I created online, trolling and stuff like that. I'm more interesting online than in real life. If you've ever noticed, my videos are always in my apartment. I never really went out, even in my early 20s, and specifically now, I'm very, very boring, but very happy to be boring. In the sense that I have an infant daughter that I'm super just like obsessed with and in love with, and just love being a mom, and you know, also just like saving money, just not spending crazy and not doing crazy music videos or like, you know, lavish trips and stuff like that. Like I'm really just in my boring era, I guess you could say. So it was, you know, I don't know. I guess the tipping point for me was sometime.
Are we in our boring era, or are we in our, oh, we spent too much money era?
In February or March, and you know, I made a video about it. These Reddit, these anti-fandoms, they were getting a lot. I thought like Mine is harassment. I don't care what anyone says as far as like, oh, she's gaslighting her audience. We never talk about her daughter. We never dox this. We have Google Docs, a whole Google Drive that was compiled by a journalist last year who had nothing to do with the article, by the way, in Pakistan.
I just don't understand why she's not showing any of this, because let me tell you something. If she would show what she's talking about, I would be on her side. That they've doxed your daughter, whatever the fuck that means. Does your daughter leave your, like, it's like playpen and like crate and maybe mommy's seat in the car whenever it goes to Starbucks for its daily trip? Like, I'm confused. But like, if she keeps repeating this, right? They've done this, and they've done this, and they've done this, and they've done this, and the main critics are people being like, prove it, and you're not proving it. It's like, if you want us to be on your side, show proof. All I've seen on the Trishyland subreddit, all I've seen on that subreddit has been, if there's talk of Malibu, cropped videos, blurred videos, all these different things. I can't speak for what gets through the moderation or what their process is like, or maybe something getting through, whatever like that. But I'm saying, me personally, that's all I've seen, so I can't, you know, confirm anything of what Trisha's saying. But I don't know if she has this for years. Why hasn't she shown it? You know what I mean? Could that stuff exist? Possibly. Why aren't you showing it? So what? A bunch of people are now going to have to go on the record for a documentary talking about how bad Trishyland, the Reddit is, but you're not going to show them what you're talking about? I just don't understand. We would all be on Trisha's side if she would show us these things. So why are you, like, hiding it?
Journalists like liked me, then didn't like me, then like I couldn't keep up with it, but I didn't want anything to do with this journalist.
We're talking about Kat here. We're talking about Kat, my friend Kat. We are talking about Kat, I think. The Trishyland. Yeah. And I can't speak for Kat, but I mean, me and Kat talk all the time, and I don't necessarily know it's from, it could not be Kat she's talking about, but all I'm gonna say is like, okay, I'm not gonna say that. But all I'm gonna say is, it's very interesting because I haven't seen any of what Trisha's talking about. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
They had written articles that were not great about me. So
okay, so we're talking about Kat.
They approached me to do this like article for them about, I don't know, they were like saying like they're gonna write about Reddit how it's gone too far right before I was gave birth last year.
Oh, it is Kat, and Kat did write that article. But yeah, I mean, even I think Kat would admit that even in writing that article, I'm not gonna speak for her. I'm not gonna speak for her. But all I'm gonna say is, I feel that Kat is also aware of the fact that, like anybody, Trisha likes to say things and not show proof. I'm not going to speak for Kat at all. But all I'm going to say is, like, I read Kat's article. I still don't think that what Trisha says lines up with it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, if you have, like, this big, if you have it all compiled, why wouldn't you just, like, let us all see it so we could be on your side? Is it because there isn't anything there? Is it because it's not exactly what you're saying? Why aren't you showing it?
I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't want anything to do with it. And I never gave an interview or anything about it. The article came out. It was, you know, relatively nice. I was sent a Google Drive with a documentation of everything at Trishyland, which I used to go to, not frequently, but I would go to. But this was like every little thing that, like, way more than I could ever imagine.
I'm gonna have a little call with Kat after this.
Just like the nasty bullying and body shaming.
Yeah. Have I seen body shaming on the Trishyland? Yes. Have I seen bullying on the thing? Yes. But what I haven't seen has been anything negative, really, about the daughter. From just me. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. And it's also important to note that Trishyland and Trishyland Wifeys are two very different entities, two very different moderation teams, all like this. It doesn't take being a genius or someone who goes on there all the time to know that. I go on there occasionally, I know that. All I'm saying is, there's a couple things she says where I'm like, yeah, I have seen that. Body shaming, bullying, and it was always on the original OG Trishyland. But when she talks about her daughter and stuff like that, I'm like, damn, ma, they like blur the face, they only focus on you and stuff like that. Do you want them to focus on Malibu more? Like, I I'm just saying, for me personally, I would be lying to my audience if I said that I've seen anything different.
And just harassment and doxing where we live and schools and doctors and plans and what they were doing. And every time I do a sponsor, they'd be like, okay, let's go attack this company. Even if I wasn't getting sponsored, even if I just mentioned, I did a whole Starbucks drink custom order thing and I shot it out on Instagram, and that Instagram got so harassed, and I wasn't paid. It was just like this Instagram that has like, 16,000 followers, and they just started harassing this person. Like, it's crazy, like the harassment. It's like, it's insane. And they spew this rhetoric, and they have just so much, oh my gosh, racist, homophobic, transphobic, this is like just so much stuff that it's like they lose all credibility, like literally.
What? She was like, they have so much stuff, racist, blah, 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 all these different things they call Trisha, and she was like, they just lose all their credibility. What? Because they're trying to call you out? What was that statement? What was that statement? Oh, Trishy, what was that statement?
Racist, homophobic, transphobic, this is like just so much stuff that it's like they lose all credibility, like literally.
What? She's like, I've been such an awful person that they have too much to talk about? What was that statement? Oh my God, time and place. Whoa, that is a crazy statement, right? Whoa, whoa.
There's just, there's a lot of things in my past that obviously, like, I feel ashamed for, that I apologize for, that I'm trying to move on from. And then there's just stuff that they completely make up, and then it becomes fact. Like, they just start making it up. And I've gone into detail about this, and it just was like, at some point, enough has to be enough. And so I made these videos just like, my one Reddit got deleted, but then another one comes up. So I'm like, okay, this is like, people have told me, okay, it's ban evasion, it's this. And then guess what? This Reddit will be taken down, another one pops up. And I'm like, there has to be something illegal about this, right? Like, not only are you doxing, harassing, all this bullying, posting my minor daughter, even if you blur her face, sometimes they don't blur her face, posting.
Oh, so now, okay, wait. So now they are posting, but they're blurring the face. So, but this goes against your main claim at the start of the video that they're bullying your daughter and posting your daughter. You're now saying, oh, they post your daughter, oh, but they're blurring the face. And I'm like, Mamza, have you not spoken about the dangers of posting your child online on YouTube? They're posting your child on Reddit and they're blurring the face, which you're now coming around to the idea of, right? Jesus, we're 6 minutes in the video and you've already contradicted yourself. Sorry, don't mean to be rude, but it's just something to state.
Literally, they posted my nudes, my, stuff that's behind a paywall, that all this stuff like that, just out of spite, out of, revenge, all that stuff like literally.
Listen, I don't stand behind most of what Trishy Land posts. All I'm saying is, call a spade a spade. I see this stuff all the time. I know what is and what is not true. I do not stand behind Trisha Land. I do not stand behind Trisha Paytas. I'm very neutral here, believe it or not. All I'm saying is a lot of what she says is not true. A lot of what she says, some of what she says is true. A lot of what she says is not true.
Or just, to be nasty. Like, there's actual, like, illegal activity going on there. So I post about this, I get, so beside myself. And so many other creators are, like, reaching out and being like, this is what I did. This is what this creator did. There was recently a story where, like, I don't know, these influencers, they hired private investigators, found out the information, they got to write it down. With mine was copyright. They were uploading my videos, which is illegal. And so Reddit took it down. They took it down for copyright. So now they're a little smarter. They're not posting my videos directly or indirectly. So kudos to them, I guess. But, I was just like, it just got to be a lot, and again, I got numbers from people. Oh, this has your Reddit taken down. This is like, so I just needed help. And I said, hey, I don't know where your documentary is going. I don't want to be involved in past drama. I have nothing interesting going on in my life now. The only thing I would like help with, investigative, if you will, is Reddit. I hate Reddit. And he knew nothing about this. I don't know if he knew nothing about it, but he wasn't, like, aware of, like...
Okay, so the perfect person to make a documentary on something, right? Someone who knows nothing about the topic they're making a documentary on. Really good quote there, Trish. Mike Klum, she's really speaking highly of you in this video.
The Reddit. So he just started deep diving into it back in, I guess this was like February, I'm saying March, but back in like February, and started doing like this deep dive into it and really went all in with it. He even posted on there, hey, would love to get, because I'm like, for me, the goal is this, is like, how is some of the stuff legal? For me, I would like to talk to people posting on this Reddit and being like, why do you hate me so much? Why do you watch me if you hate me so much? You think I'm this horrible person? Like, what is your end goal? Like, I don't understand this. Like, I guess what we've gathered so far is, you know, they just want me completely off the internet, and to the extreme that they want Malibu taken away from me. Like, literally, that's what they want. It's like actually insane. There's more to it. There's more depth to it, all that stuff like that. But it's crazy, like literally like insane. But what I find very interesting, it's because I'm open. So he posted on there like, hey, so right away they start being like, oh my God, this is the private investigator. Oh my God, Trisha paid this person, all stuff like that. One minute they think I'm broke, the next minute they think I can hire a whole crew of documentary private investigator to like go on and do this for like weeks, because they're going on beyond me. They're contacting other people with anti-fandoms. I gave them information of people who contacted me who have troubles with their anti-fandoms. Some random people, somebody random in like a state that like has 100,000 followers lost their job because of Reddit like harassing the company and calling them and saying like, and making up lies about this person basically, so the company just can't handle it and they let this person go. Like there's, and it's a small creator, not small, but like small creator compared to like millions or whatever. And I love this person and I followed them and I didn't have any connection with them other than this, so I reached out. I said, here's the, you know, and there's a few other people involved. But getting all sides of every story, like I would truly love to talk to a real person, right? There's a lot of bots, but there are some real people, and I've had interactions. They just came in. I've had interactions.
I don't understand. I don't mean to be nitpicky here, but I don't understand how she's saying that she wants to talk to people that have like opposing, you know, views as her, whenever she has most drama channels, most commentary channels like blocked on social media, including myself. Like that really doesn't sound like you want to talk to someone who like has points against you. It's just something to know. It's just something to know. I didn't mean to be too nitpicky with it, but like,
with a real person on Twitter that was saying vile things, that was spamming this company I worked for with just absolute untruths. And I was like, okay, let me talk to this person. And I was being so genuine, right? I followed them, and then right when I followed this like hater, this person saying really nasty stuff and spamming it about, you know, my husband, like, you know, all stuff like that. Like all of a sudden I followed them like, oh my God, Trisha followed me. Because at the end of the day, most of these people are fans, or as they consider themselves.
If someone's bullying you on the school grinds, they have a crush on you.
Former fans, but they're fans. They watch everything, right? Like if you really dislike someone or really didn't want to see anyone, you would have them blocked. People have me blocked, cool. But they watch everything. They watch every move. They're the first to respond. They see this, like all this stuff. So
they're super fans. Like, so they're super Trisha Paytas.
This wasn't the reality show, so everyone's like, oh my God, this is the show. This wasn't the reality show, this was the documentary. So I didn't hire this person. This person reached out to Mike, who I literally met yesterday. He's with me filming this week. And he has a phone number, and I was like, he's like, you know, maybe, I'm like, I'm happy to call, FaceTime these people. We were trying to even get like an in-person meeting with someone, because at the end of the day, I told him, and I'll say it to whoever wants to call and be a part of this, you know, that truly dislikes me, that truly thinks that I need to be canceled forever, that my daughter should be taken away from me. What is, because so many people will say, oh, look at all her victims. And I'm like, okay, what victims? Like, give me that list. Like, you know, talk to her victims, talk to this. Oh, Trisha's going to manipulate this. Record our whole conversation. If we call, if we FaceTime, if we set up something, record it all. Like, I'm so open and genuine and just throwing everything out there that I'm just like, talk to me directly. And what's so ironic about this is that no one will ever say, it's a scam, it's a trap, it's a puff piece. And I'm like, I'm willing to talk. I'm telling you.
People are obviously going to have the opinion that it's going to be a very biased, you know, documentary if they're not even being shown what these piles of evidence that you have against them are. So then you're the one in power, so it's a documentary in your favor. So what they're saying is true.
Can record, you know, obviously it's going to be recorded for a documentary, so I'm saying, like, you know, you call, be like, hey, this is being recorded, you're welcome to record it as well, we're both consenting to record the entire thing, and like have this conversation, because I'm like so. And here's the thing, like it's super scary out there, because there can be someone completely unhinged, there can be someone like super like respectable, and like, hey, this is my issue, and I can either talk to them, you know, like point them towards an apology video I made, because I'm guarantee whatever issue you've had is like an apology video, or just like completely like squash any absolute untruths out there that are like just so out there. So we're opening it up, and you know, and he's talking just like so many people, like psychologists and other people involved, like just so many things. And it's more than, in my eyes, it's more than just me. It's an anti-fandom phenomenon. There's these hate Reddits, these snark Reddits that are like, you know, quite ruining people's lives. You know what I mean? Because again, it's something to comment, critique about stuff that I'm doing, but like, you know, like fantasizing or creating these scenarios that aren't even happening. Oh my gosh, like I was playing a game with my daughter, and they're like, oh my God, the aggressive, the voice, this all that scaring mouth, like the stuff that they like are projecting and like almost borderline scary wanting to happen to my daughter is like crazy. And I pulled back a lot. Trust me, I pulled back a lot from posting my daughter. And I share photos on my Instagram, but everything else I pulled back because I'm just like, this is truly unhinged and truly scary. But also like there's people behind this. So if that includes hiring like a private investigator, I'm like, do I know these people? You know what I mean? Contacting Reddit directly, because Reddit's extremely hard to get a hold of. So I needed help navigating all this. Can we find contacts at Reddit? Can we go to Reddit? Is there something to be done? Lawyers, private investigators, like seriously, there has to be some legality to it, something that these shouldn't keep popping up. And the fact that mine was already deleted and another one has popped up is like insane. And the number one rule on Reddit is to like no targeted harassment or bullying, which is all my Reddit is, and a lot of these Reddits for other people. It comes with territory or public figure, but there is a line of, you know, critiquing what I put out there, you know, being mean about stuff I put out there, but also just like lying and making stuff up, bullying a child, like, you know, making up scenarios.
Like, what do we mean by bullying a child? Why isn't she showing us this? Like, please show it. Please. Because that's awful. But why do you not show it? And why at the start of the video were you saying about them posting her face and making fun of her, but then halfway through the video you're like, oh, but they post her, but they blur her face. So what is it? I'm like, 13 minutes in and I'm confused.
Making them be like fact. It's really causing a line. And again, don't say I'm gaslighting. We have Google Docs, like so many, because a journalist did so much research and documented everything, screenshots, usernames, everything. Which again, I don't really have an opinion either way about that person at this point, because you know, they've said nasty stuff about me.
Said nasty things or just revealed the truth.
And they've defended, I guess, me against the snark. I don't even know if it's me, but just seeing that they could even acknowledge like, hey, this like Reddit kind of crosses the line, as a lot of people can admit. And so we did talk to, there's like two people who put their face on the internet that actually tie their faces to Trisha Lane, wifeys, I'll just say at the Reddit, whatever. They actually put videos out, and well, I guess one's not really tied to that and the other one is, but they put their faces out there. And like I said before, I respect that, at least, you know, to put your face out there and make them, but their videos can be like, can be slanderous for sure. The titles can be borderline harassment to the, like this one, it was making like every day. I don't know if she stopped making them. I don't know. I guess everyone's scared now that I'm doing this documentary, or I hired a private investigator. Everyone's like scared and they're like, don't give out information, don't do this, don't be involved. Are
we all supposed to be scared, Mamza? That's not what I took from this. Ooh, okay. I'm so scared. What? I think she's talking about Animal Kingdom here.
All that stuff like that.
Possibly.
Obviously, me or Mike are not going to be in the position of doxing people and like making anything like that's just highly illegal and just highly stupid. You know what I mean? So it's fine, and it's good in some sense that there's some fear in these people because they just go around willy-nilly just like wreaking havoc and unrightfully so. You know what I mean? It's not like there's actual merit to this that's happening. But if it's like a lot of people are hanging on to stuff from like 12 years ago, and if that's those kind of people, then I'll talk to them about it. Like, you know what I mean? Or another one is like thinks I'm being disrespectful to fast food workers. I can have that conversation and you know, when I just been fast food things where, you know, that's people's issues. And I would love to know because, like I said, most of these people, they're fans. They watch everything. You know, that's why else do you watch everything? They like
we love her. We live.
You know, we gotta hold her accountable. We gotta protect her. No, you're just a fan, and you're just I don't know what it is. And it's one thing to just ignore it and.
But she would never admit that she was a fan of James Charles or a fan of Jeffree Star, or a fan of Charlie D'Amelio or Dixie D'Amelio or Noah Beck or blah blah Gabi Hanna. No, she hit Ethan No, she hates all those people. So, like, where's the logic for her? Why doesn't this apply to her?
Like, move on past it, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. But there is a point where you can't ignore it, where it's seeping into my real life, seeping into people. Like if I just follow relatives that are not public, you know, doctors, schools, my child, like there is a point now where it gets to be, and again, it's not just me putting my life on the internet. There's people who have like, that just do random TikToks that are getting this harassment. And it's like, there needs to be something done about it. There needs to be regulation in the Reddit world, because you know what, like, again, hate, whatever, critique, I'm open to it. And I actually, can I be honest? Like, it's helped me be who I am.
Woo! We're gonna be honest, 16 minutes into the video, thank God.
Like, canceling and stuff like that in the past. Like, yeah, it took a million people to be like, Trisha, you might need help. There's something wrong with you. Like, get help. And guess what I did? I got help. And like, I really feel I'm at the place now where I can regulate my emotions. I can have a conversation with them.
So why did we get to wait for 16 million people to tell you to get help, but you were allowed to do it for all those years, but now can we not wait 16 years for all the rest of the people to get help as well? By that logic?
Explain to them, kind of see their side, and maybe like nope, we'll not see each other's side, and they'll still continue hating me, and but at some point, like, can the harassment stop? Can it, like, you know, why so much? Why keep watching me? Why, you know what I mean? Why? And there's a lot of spam accounts. Like, that's the only reason that I would even consider getting private investigators. Like the spam accounts, the IP addresses, the ones that are harassing like other businesses I work for. I have a business, my skincare line, and my
forgot about that.
Harassed. And she gets all the emails and their spam accounts from fake mail and all this stuff like that. And it's really just getting to the bottom of this. Like, who are these people? Why are they doing this? And what can Reddit do about it? You know, that's the ultimate thing. And like I said, I'm not looking to go into past drama and stuff like that. I'm fine to address it and talk with anyone about it, which that alone is like, okay, I've made peace with it. I've healed. I moved on. But if like other people genuinely can't, or they're genuinely fans and they're really upset about something, then like, hey, if you're making 30 videos still upset with me, like, let's figure out why, let's figure out this, or just, it's not a trap. Record all you want, like, record the conversation.
It's not a trap, but I'm working very hand in hand with the director, so it's going to be in favor of me, and I'm not going to be talking about any of my old drama in it unless you bring it up, so it's going to be 100% in my favor. Yeah, sounds like a great documentary, Trish.
Thing, like, I'm not that person to be like, oh, this, that, you know what I mean? And it's not a puff piece. I'm talking about things that, you know, I messed up on, and
Can we talk about the conversation Trisha Paytas had with Peter Mon in Vegas, where Peter was like, oh, I need to film a drama video on you, I'm so sorry, or something, and Trisha was like, yeah, that's what you do, I completely understand the world. She changes her logic every couple of months, but I do want to reference back that conversation she had with Peter Mon, where she was like, oh no, you do your thing and I do my thing.
I feel like this was like my final, like, I'm talking about it for the last time, like, this is out there. This is my accountability to what I've actually done wrong, to things that I've messed up with in the past, and hopefully just fully move forward. And then going forward, you know, I had that article written last year about the snark Reddit that I can like show people and be like, hey, this is like what's happening. Like, there's just, you know, there's this like hate monger. And then now this can kind of shed light, and then honestly just shed light onto something. And if nothing else, like, get the attention of like Reddit, because these snark Reddits, they're really harmful. And if your number one rule Reddit is no targeted harassment or bullying, like, go to my Trisha Land YV Reddit. That's point blank there. So, yeah, this is kind of like a...
I mean, yes, but I mean, that's also the top of the terms of service on social media that you used to harass people for years. I'm not saying that to defend anybody here, including you, but I'm saying that, like...
Hail Mary, and just like, we'll see where it goes. If I lose, I lose. If I win, then that means snark Reddits are more controlled and monitored. And I know it's possible people have gotten theirs taken down, and successfully I've kept them down. And I think that's where it's at, you know? Again, I'm always open to critique. I'm always open to criticism. I really, really am. And for the past couple of years, I've been low key because I'm just like, I don't even want to deal with anything. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to, you know, I just want to like live my life and do what I love, which is like this, my ASMR, you know.
Considering being low key is just whenever you're going through a pregnancy is crazy. It's like when most people have their downtime, Trish.
I'm making just fun content and like innocent content. And it's like been so refreshing and so good for my soul, and I love it, and I can still make my career off of it. But yeah, I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, people just don't want me to have a career and they want me to lose my daughter, which is like scary. And I'm like, I need help in like navigating these people and figuring out why and what can I do to stop, and ultimately just raise awareness about it, because people won't stop. There'll always be people, like really hateful people, wishing the nastiest things. But I think there needs to be a bigger picture, because Reddit is so huge and I need to do something about it. So that's my wrap up. That's where I'm going. I'm filming all this week, so if you guys want to contact Mike Klum, I can put his email or maybe even the phone number that we have to call, because I need help navigating, I need help editing, I need help like figuring out what all this is about, because it's just too much for me to take on my own. I cannot possibly go on like Reddit and like detail everything that's happening. Like I just can't. It's just too much for me. I mean, he's already gotten doxxed. Like he's in it. You know what I mean? Unknowingly. So when I told him that, I said, just so you know, he's gotten bad reviews for his company, like spam, like all this stuff like that for people who've never even used his company. So he's like in it, and I don't think that wasn't my intention. I just told him like that's what's going to happen, and it happened. So case in point, kind of proven. But again, it's not a trap. It's just like what is happening. And I find it very, very ironic that people have so much to say and they have such strong convictions about me and think I should be canceled, but like don't want to go on a platform to do it, or even have a conversation with me and record it for their own benefit, or share it on their Reddit or whatever they need, because I'm a human. I can talk to someone rationally, like now anyways, you know, maybe a couple of years I couldn't.
I'm done watching. Alright, I just think it's interesting whenever like Trisha or anyone is talking about like people not wanting to speak up, but then they're being very selective with who they're reaching out to. What, are the rest of us gonna have to email Mike Klum? Why does Mike Klum not reach out to us? Like I was speaking to a couple drama channels, commentary channels behind the scenes, and a lot of people have not been reached out to. So yeah, your probability of an anonymous Reddit user doing an interview with you is a lot less than just contacting one of us and we'll talk. Do you not want that? Do you want that? Like, I'm confused. It just seems like this is going to be a very biased documentary, which is fine. Most documentaries are, but whenever the opinion at the end of it is that it's biased, don't cry about it. Anyone involved, even Mike Klum, don't you cry as well? Yeah. Let me know your opinion, muckers. We can talk down below. Please make sure you're subscribed. Go follow me on Twitch down below, and let's talk about it down below. Okay, bye.